Hello and welcome to Phillipsburg's Complex Soccer Facility. Today we got a good matchup between the California Vulcans and the Slippery Rock Rock. Before we get started, my name is JJ and Max is with me today. How are you doing today, Max?
Well, it'd be cool if my name was Max, but no, I'm sadly Nathan Kurtz. Wish my name was Max. It would have been a lot better. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Totally lame name.
You've been letting me call you Max all day. That's besides the point. Today, good matchup. Home game for the Vulcans. They are currently 0-3 at home, and away they are 1 win, 0 wins, and 0 losses, and 1 tie as of right now. Just waiting for everything to get started here. So as you can see on your screen right now, we have the tail of the tape. Slippery Rock leads in all categories right now. They have goals are at 9, California at 3. Goals allowed, they've allowed 10 goals. California has allowed 11 goals throughout their season so far. Slippery Rock has 54 shots on goal to California's 32 shots. There has been 34 saves by Slippery Rock and 17 by California, and there has been 18 corner kicks and 11 by California.
And I hope this is going to be a good matchup for California. I mean, they just came off a really tough loss against Mercyhurst I believe it was last Wednesday. It's been a bit of a tough season for Cal so far. Haven't really gotten a lot of wins in the win column, but you're just hoping that maybe you can come out here against a rival school in Slippery Rock and not even really win, but just put up a good score and make things seem a bit more even in the conference.
Yeah, definitely, especially because this is the second divisional game that they are playing today. Hopefully, they're looking to get one of those divisional wins today.
As you see there in goal for today, AJ Visco, that's coming off of an injury to the normal starting goalie for your California Vulcans there, Peyton Smith. See right now, it's more of just a midfield battle right now. Cal's actually pushing it up right now. Got a fast break going on Cal. Looks like they got the man ahead, but they're going to try and push it forward in there, but it looks like the goalkeeper's going to get out on the side of the Slippery Rock. Yeah. They're just going to hold it, and they're going to try and push that back out.
Yeah, that's a good save by over there by number 1, the goalie for Slippery Rock.
Need to punt that back out over midfield. Be a Vulcan recovery there. They're going to try and just push it back into their territory, but they're going to lose it. Slippery Rock's going to get that back, and they're going to be pushing straight in there. Have a nice shot on goal there, but no. It's going to be deflected by Cal. You can see there Cal deflects it out of bounds. Now, JJ, one of the biggest stories, I think, of the season so far for the men's soccer team for the California Vulcans has to be the lack of goal scoring. I mean, Cal combined has 3 goals compared to Arturo Pla Hernandez on the side of Slippery Rock, who has 4 alone.
Yeah, definitely. California really does need to get more shots on goal and goals in total. Because as I did say earlier, shots on goal, we've only had 32 shots on goal compared to Slippery Rock's 54, and California really needs to make sure they get some more shots on goal so they have a chance of winning.
Yeah. Soccer itself is more of a low-scoring sport, but even 3 goals through a matter of 6 contests is still relatively low.
Yeah, for sure, especially with their record right now. They want to get that record more in the positive range rather than the negatives.
You see it's more of just a mid-range battle right now, just trying to get it, feel each other out, just starting the game up right now.
Yeah, for sure. Some really good defense happening on both sides. Just need some offense to get pushing on either sides of the ball.
Cal able going to get that ball back again, and they're going to try pushing that back up to the midfield.
On the far side, moving their way towards the middle, back up towards the far side of the field. Little bit of congestion in the corner, and they just kicked out of bounds.
You notice how that's one of the tactics in soccer, how sometimes where really soccer is a very quintessential sport if you think about it, where it's more very comparative to football in the fact where it's very territorially gained.
For sure. You want to make sure you're on one part of the field more than the other. It's really what you want to do in all sports, pretty much. Keep it on one side of the field rather than the side you're trying to defend, because if that's the case, there's more chances for you to score and less chances for them to score. A little bit of movement on this side of the field, going back and forth through midfield. Some nice little movements they got going on, trying to spread the ball around, try and see if they have any openings.
Yeah, from our point of view up here in the booth, for me personally, I could see it's more or less Slippery Rock just trying to feel out the game and how it looks as you see their Slip's going to kick that out of bounds.
Yeah, they're really trying to see what kind of pressure that Cal is going to put on them tonight. All night, hopefully, pressure will continue for California. That's what they really need to do in these games. And the ball goes towards the goalie. The goalie getting ready to roll it out of the goalie box.
Now, so far, Cal hasn't really a record regardless. Season hasn't been too horrible. They've kept games very close. The worst loss they've had this year was against Mercyhurst on the 17th. But their other games, it's mostly just been 2 to 3 goal deficits, which are you can make those up.
Yeah, for sure. And as far as I can see right now, besides the win that we had for the second game against Lockhaven, the tie we had on September 10th against Ohio Dominican was a pretty good game. It was a 1-1 tie there, so there was some scoring during that game.
You see there, Cal was almost able to get a little bit of a break there in the offensive zone, but nothing was able to come of that. Goalkeeper just ends up putting it back on the other side.
A little bit of head hitting there with some opponents kicking the ball out of bounds right now.
That'll go for the side for California. They're going to get that inbound that ball. You have to be very headstrong to play soccer, don't you, JJ?
Yeah, I don't think I could do it anymore. I used to. Not my thing no more.
Don't got a lot to protect you?
Oh. A little bit of a shake-up with number 13, I believe that is, for California. Talking to the ref to make sure he's all good. He's still talking. He looks pretty good, though, as of right now. He's getting ready for the ball to keep going. Here it goes.
And Cal getting the ball back there.
Hitting that to the defense. Making an offensive pursuit. Going out of bounds on Slippery Rock's account.
Yeah, it's number 9 on the side of Slippery Rock there. He's just going to try and save it with his chest, but he accidentally bumps it out. It just happens.
California to throw in the ball. Little block by Slippery Rock. Nice little move to get around the defender. Slippery Rock making a little bit of a push towards California's goal. There is a shot, but it misses to the right.
Yeah, Slip there just tried to get their guys past the defenders, but weren't able to catch up in time, and that's just going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Cal. On the slide of Slip here, they're really going to be looking towards, their offensive star here, Arturo Pla Hernandez. I mean, he has 8 points on the season right now. Absolutely crushing the stat board.
Yeah, it's a very good game, especially for soccer, because like you said earlier, that's not a very high-scoring game. Some games don't even have any scores at that point, but having one guy on the team with 9, which is very, very insane and very good for Slippery Rock.
Psst, JJ. It was actually 8 points.
8 points.
Let's see there, Cal breaking back into the offensive zone. They're going to be able to move the ball up right there, but they're going to try and just kick that in. But it's going to look like it goes on the other side of the net, and it's going to be out of bounds there.
Very good push by California for sure. They really did see, they really did think that there was an opportunity to score there from the long shot. Unfortunately, the ball just curved to the left a little bit too much.
And you've noticed Cal have been getting these small little just fast pushes into the zone of the Slippery Rock.
Ball is kicked off by the goalie, pretty much past midfield. It's bounced in the air off the head of number 2 and number 13.
Nice little head bounce there.
Oh, man. California making a push to our goalie to see if he can get something out of that. Kicks it towards the near side, towards number 16. Slippery Rock able to recover that ball and try and make another push down the field.
And normal starter Peyton Smith, as we said earlier, is out on injury, but it's no doubt to AJ Visco. He himself has played 154 minutes. He's a junior. He has experience on the collegiate level, so I wouldn't fret if I was California. I think you could definitely trust him in the net.
Yeah, for sure. The junior is out, unfortunately, for that, but this freshman this year should be able to get some good blocks and kick it pretty far away from his own goal that he's defending on his own today.
Good catch there. Accidentally read junior.
Some nice fancy footwork going back and forth behind the back kicks, it looking like.
Going to be Slip there, just trying to hold the ball, see if they can be able to get a little sneak in there. But looks like Cal's going to be able to try and fight for that there, but they're not going to be able to. And Slip's just going to take it back to their own zone.
Yeah, just trying to put some pressure on their offense. The far side of the field now, trying to go back and forth, it looks like. Ball goes out of bounds on California's account.
That's going to be Slip inbounding the ball there on Cal's side. And it's going to be Cal headbutting the ball, trying to get it recovered, but they're just going to put that right out of bounds, and it's going to be Slip inbounding. You know, this early on in the game, it's mostly just going to be feeling out. You're not going to be trying to put too many. You're not going to try and push too hard on them. You're going to try and conserve your energy because it's a very long game in soccer. Just need to conserve your energy and feel the team out, find the weak points.
Yeah, for sure. I get what you mean. You don't want to play too hard, especially with how long these games are and how little break they have during halftime.
15 minutes isn't too bad. As JJ goes off mic to sneeze. Bless you, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
That's going to be the goalkeeper on the side of Cal, AJ Visco. Going to be kicking that back over to midfield.
Nice fight for the ball right there to head it to one of their either or of the teammates. Someone goes down for a little roll for Slippery Rock.
In the booth there, looked like almost a little bit of a push. Pulling yellow cards here, do we?
Does not look like it, no.
Hope not. It's supposed to be a clean, fun game, JJ. That's what I was promised. It's going to be Slip getting the ball back into play. Bringing it up on the left side of the offensive zone.
Going back and forth between the midfield sides. Slippery Rock for a nice punt down the field. 24 for Slippery Rock, trying to make something of it.
It's going to be Malachi Herndon there. Nice defensive play. Going to be able to stop that break on the side of Slip. It's going to be number 24 on the side of Slippery Rock, kicking that out of bounds.
Through in now by number 14 for California. Nice little fight towards midfield and punted out of bounds once again by Slippery Rock.
He's playing the wrong sport. The way that punt was going, he's looking like he's trying to join Slip's football team. Not much of a punter myself, but that was pretty good. You much of a punter, JJ?
No. Receiver. That's what I got for you.
Slip there, almost able to get a steal on the side, and Cal's just going to push that on the far side there, but it's going to go right out of bounds. Slip's going to get that ball right back.
24 to throw in for Slippery Rock now, trying to get his team a little bit more together so he has more of a plan to throw in the ball. Ball thrown towards number 9. California all over that one. Although Slippery Rock is able to get that downfield and the goalie is there to kick it way up in the air.
Going to the press box.
And lands right in front of the box.
Stands. I thought I was going to get a souvenir, JJ. That's what I was promised here.
You were promised a lot of things, weren't you?
I was promised a lot of things. I'm a special individual, JJ.
Ball thrown in by 24 Slippery Rock. Little wrap up by California. Pushing the ball to the far side of the field, more towards the midfield. California able to pick that up. And it is out of bounds by California's account. Throw in by Slippery Rock.
Definitely one of the things I'm picking up here is just the way Slippery Rock's trying to feel it out. You can tell they're trying to push. How do I want to word this here? They're trying to push into Cal's defensive zone little by little. They're just trying to feel things out, try and see where they can get holes in there and find the weaknesses.
Yeah, that's the difference between Slippery Rock and California. California is really, you saw earlier, they went for really two good shots on goal. Fortunately, was unable to do it. Slippery Rock hasn't really done the shots on goal, but they are feeling out more towards what happens when they get closer to the goal. As California once again pushes for the goal, and
that's going to be inside the box now. Cal gets that back inside the zone, the offensive box there, but it's going to be kicked out of bounds, I believe. Yep, it's going to be out of bounds, and Cal will be getting to inbound that ball.
That was some really good defense by Slippery Rock on their side. The ball was getting pushed pretty downfield, and there was one guy that they had to beat, and they ended up beating that guy. So the ball was kicked out of bounds to save that goal there.
It's number 14, Malachi Herndon, just kicks that right into Slippery Rock's defense there, and they're going to get that ball back. No, it's actually going to go out of bounds on the side of Slip as they try and do a little pass there, but it's going to go straight back to Cal.
Number 14 for California getting ready to throw the ball in. Little pump fake there. Throwing to someone a lot closer, more reliable. Ball kicked out of bounds once again by Slippery Rock.
You know, sometimes that could be a really good defensive strategy. Just kicking the ball out of bounds. And even though, yeah, the other team's going to get the ball in on an inbound, but sometimes it could stop a fast break and push them that momentum out of the way.
Definitely, for sure, especially since the clock doesn't stop in soccer, which is a little bit more new for me. I'm more of a football guy myself. Clock stops every time ball goes out of bounds. Not for soccer.
We'll pick it up as we go, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's why we're here. Ball getting kicked back into play by number 24 for Slippery Rock. Going far downfield off the head of number 2 for California. California has one man to beat as of right now. There's 2 people down towards the goalie. Goalie is able to kick that out of bounds. And over the fence. And
it's out of here.
Oh, no, it's still here.
Oh, no. I thought that was going to be a home run.
Me too.
Oh, wrong sport.
Dang it.
You saw their number 2 on the side of California, Nehemiah Jackson. That was a absolute blocker there with his head. Just punts that yards away. It's crazy. It's amazing how much the human body can handle.
Ball most likely going to be out of bounds on Slippery Rock, it looks like. No, on California's account. Slippery Rock getting ready to throw the ball back in.
Yeah, the slip defenders there just let the ball go straight out of bounds so they can get that inbound.
Yeah, he knew what he wanted. He didn't want to use too much energy to get to the ball. He wanted to throw it in so his team has more of a chance.
Gonna bid for a head battle there. And Cal's actually going to be able to almost retain that in bounds. I thought that was going to stay, but now it's going to go to the side of Slip.
Ball thrown in by Slippery Rock to number 7 on the close side of the field. Number 7 has 3 defenders on him right now, able to get that out to number 16 for Slippery Rock.
They're just going to throw that back to their defenders and try and set something back up again.
Try and go downfield. There's
he's
one
gonna
guy.
That straight downfield is you're going to get one of the Slippery Rock offensive players trying to go in there on his own, but the defender's able to get a good stop on him.
There will be a kick for California.
I believe that's going to be on Slip. It's number 7 on the side of Slip. Ramses Minaya going to be inbounding that ball.
Taking his time walking over there. Catch his breath before he has to go back out there and work once again.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're out on this field for nearly half an hour, just straight playing, running, kicking, hitting people sometimes. The refs don't need to see that. Then you inbound the ball there. It's going to go straight in front of the net. It's going to hit the side, though. Almost looked like it was going to be able to sneak by, but Cal's going to get that ball back. That'll be AJ Visco getting the ball.
Getting ready to punt that, or just nicely tap that to the outside. Try and get the ball moving away from their goal. Kicks it to the goalie so he can get that out of there. AJ Visco not at all intimidated by the guy that was running up on him to try and score a goal. He kept his composure and was able to get the ball out of there cleanly.
It's impressive for a freshman. As a freshman going into college ball, you're really expecting them to make some slip-ups. As Cal's actually going to be entering the offensive zone on the side of Slip there. Be able to hold the ball and try and look for an open passer there. Going to be the defender, and Cal actually taps by Slip's defenders, but ends up going straight back to Cal, and they're going to find the passer there. Cal's looking like they're going to get a nice little shot on goal here if they don't mess anything up. They're just going to go back for the open passer. Smart player there on the side of Cal, not trying to lose the ball. Just going to go straight in on net, and that's going to be a nice and easy save on the side of Slippery Rock.
Yeah, looked like he tried to play some basketball the way he just ball hit his hands, it hit the ground, hit his hands once again.
You know, this entire season, Hassam Ali on the side of Slippery Rock's been extremely impressive with the goals against average of 1.67. Really good for the PSAC. Slip trying to put the ball over the net there, and actually number 7 on the side of Slippery Rock there, Minaya Ramses, actually saves that ball, but Cal's going to end up recovering and push it down the field.
Number 16 playing some really good offense. A little bit of contact. Whistle is blown by the referee. There is a yellow card against number 16 for Slippery Rock.
Joe Skillcorn, don't know what happened there. We got a little too physical, but sometimes that happens. It's like I said earlier, JJ. You can push somebody. You can tackle them. Just can't be seen.
That's how life is, though.
You got something to tell me?
No.
You're just not going to say that on air.
Right. Whatever you say. Ball about to be put back into play by California's number 23. So right through the legs of some Slippery Rock players. The goalie able to get that before it goes out of bounds. Getting ready to punt that back into play, it looks like. Or just taps back into play to get a nice little boot on that across the field.
Samuel just playing with Cal there and just ends up kicking it straight back into the Cal backfield.
California able to keep that ball inbounds, barely going back and forth, zigzagging through the field, trying to get something open downfield, make a play or two happen down there, so they have another opportunity to score.
See, it looks like Cal's just trying to break that zone defense that Slip's trying to run there, and it looks like ball's almost going to go out of bounds, but swift little recovery there. Gonna try and push that upfield. This Cal actually does get the ball back. Looks like Slip was almost gonna get that there, and Cal's actually just gonna push the ball back and keep it.
It looks like they're really trying to break it down. They're really trying to get Slippery Rock to come down and try and get something done, put some pressure on California. That's exactly what they want to do here, to get some man open downfield.
It's smart on the side of Cal. You're not pushing too hard, being aggressive with the ball. You're just keeping it retained there, and as I say that, almost immediately lose the ball. Caster's curse is real sometimes, but ball's going to go off a slip forward there, and Cal's going to recover as it goes back to AJ Visco.
Ball is hit towards number 60 on the close side of the field. Nice little push.
That's what I said, JJ. Just can't be seen.
There's two balls in the field for some reason. The one ball goes out of bounds. Ball is back in play.
So we're going to play with two balls now?
No, stop it.
I wish. I'll be Cal getting the ball back because they're just trying to do the same thing they've been doing for the past 20 minutes, just trying to see if they can break the zone. So they're actually going to try a little push here. They're going to punt the ball straight into the backcourt of the Slippery Rock. You're going to push that right in front of the net there. And some man-to-man defense there on the side of Slip as they're going to be able to recover the ball there. That's number 24 on the side of Slip. It's Sean Spencer. And look who that is. Arturo gets a shot on goal, and that's a nice save there on the side of California. AJ Visco, the freshman. It's a nice dive there, and that's somebody you really don't want taking a shot on goal, and that sends a message there.
Yeah, for sure. That was a nice save by AJ Visco for sure.
You see Cal's actually going to get a little bit of an offensive break there. And you see Cal just tried a little tap and see if they can get that over the goalie, but his foot was not in the right place. It goes straight out of bounds. And actually, that may have gone off the defender of Slip. And that may be a Cal ball.
Unable to get the ball back over the fence, it looks like right now.
Yeah, that'll be a Cal recovery. Cal will be kicking in from the corner.
Nice corner kick coming in from California.
Big
Nice.
ball going in on the net there, and
just barely missed that. Maybe by like an inch possibly.
Beautiful setup. Beautiful. Just an inch away from glory. Gotta hurt.
That's the hard thing about soccer. You hit the ball, you know where you want the ball to go, but the ball rarely ever goes exactly where you want it to.
Still better than me. If they put me out on that field, I'd be dead in seconds.
I could be a goalie.
No, you think you could?
No.
You got the length for it.
That's true, but I don't think I could do it for real. A little bit of a head battle right there, trying to retain the ball. Ball goes out of bounds. Slippery Rock getting ready to throw the ball back in.
For your upcoming games for the Vulcans, we're going to be having 3 straight away games as the California Vulcans travel to Seton Hill to battle on September 24th on a Saturday. After that, they're going to head over to Ghana on October 1st on a Saturday. And not a Saturday, on October 5th, they're going to be playing on a Wednesday in West Liberty. And after that, they're going to be heading back home and playing Pitt Johnstown for another conference matchup.
Both teams making some substitutions on the field, get some fresh legs in the game, let some of the starters take a little bit of a break. Speaking of starters, there is number 4 for California University missing from the field today. He had got Paul Morrell had gotten a red card last week, so he is unable to play. A little bit of tripping going on right there. Ball getting ready to get back into play now.
It's a bit risky there, especially coming from one of your star players on the side of Slip. As actually Cal's going to lose the ball there, and Slip's going to be able to get that, as they're going to do a nice little push there on it. A nice defense on the side of Cal, but Slip's actually going to get that back. And now it's just a foot-to-foot battle there, and it looks like California's going to gain possession of the ball. Yeah, Cal's actually going to hold possession of that ball.
Getting ready to kick off for the goalie. See if they can pin the ball very close to him, it seems like.
AJ Visco's played very well so far. I mean, we're early on in the game, so it's still mostly just feeling things out. But now that we're almost 20 minutes in here, you're going to expect to see things really start to pick up.
Early on in the game and early on in the season, there was only 5 other games played before this one. Unable to get a win at home, unfortunately, for California, but they are working to get that, working to change that today.
Ooh, Cal's actually going to be able to break that inside there. This number looks like,
oh! Little tackle there. No call by the ref, it looks like.
That's real risky there. That's the type of tackle there that can get you an injury. It's number 24 on the side of Slippery Rock. Sorry, it was Sean Spencer. I forgot to say his name.
California getting ready to put the ball back into play after it was kicked off by Slippery Rock. A little bit of discussion going on between the ref and one of the players for Slippery Rock. Waiting for the whistle to go back into play, and there's that whistle, and the ball is back into play. Looks like the ball was pretty covered there. Ball being kicked back towards California's goal. A little bit of pushing and shoving. The goalie for California is able to get the ball back into California's own hands.
Yeah, it was a bit of a foot race between number 9 on the side of Slippery Rock, Arturo. It's finding my name. Fla Hernandez. And number 23 on the side of Cal. Or sorry, 29, Wyatt Hamer.
A little under 20 minutes left in this half for this game so far. So far, a lot of defense, really good pushes on both sides. Really nice save there by Slippery Rock's goalie. Able to keep that from going into the goal. He's been doing that all day. Especially at the very start, there was some really good kicks from California heading towards their goal. Some of them were just a little out of range from the goal, unfortunately for them.
Tried a little bit of fancy footwork there, but it doesn't look like it's going to work. As Slip's actually going to get that ball back as they try kick there on the outside of the box, but it's not going to work, and it's going to go straight over them and out of bounds. It'll be Cal's AJ Visco getting the ball back. Been a nice game here so far. A little bit of offense, a little bit of defense. It's been pretty good. Looks like we're going to get some substitutions coming in here. Actually, it looks like it's only going to be one. It's going to be on the side of California. It's number 22. 22, Corey McCoy. You see AJ Visco there again, ready to kick the ball off and get the action back underway here in Phillipsburg.
Trying to do some little bit of communication with this team, getting ready for the run up to boot that away.
It's a nice little boot. And that's going to go out of bounds. It looks like it's going to be on the side of California, and that'll be Slip getting the ball back. As AJ takes his hat off here, Slip's going to be entering the offensive zone now as they're going to try some little fancy footwork there. Number 16, Joe Skillicorn. But it's not going to really end up with anything as he kicks the ball out of bounds.
You called me AJ.
JJ.
Yeah, your name's still Max.
You can blame my parents for that one. Don't look at me.
California getting ready to kick this ball back. Play once again. Down in the corner, trying to move it across the field. 19 go for Slippery Rock, going to try and intercept that ball. Intercepted by, or little bouncing. It looks like it is out on Slippery Rock's account. California getting ready to throw that ball back into play once again. Slippery Rock really trying to get that ball back right after the throw in. Moving it back downfield. Once again, California trying to break down Slippery Rock a little bit. Going down, far downfield. A little bit of pushing and shoving. Ball is kicked out of bounds by Slippery Rock. California looks like they're trying to rush to get that ball back in. Make some really good decisions looking downfield, throwing it backwards instead.
That's actually a bit of a risky play there. You see number 21 on the side of Cal, Max Murphy. Looked
Ball
like he was a bit shaken up. Oh, sorry.
Ball once again
VULCANS.
hit out of bounds. Ball back in play.
Be Slip putting it back up, and it's a foot race here between Cal and Slip. And it looks like Cal's going to be able to return that ball there, but he's actually just going to, nope, tap by the Slip forward, and that's going to be a Cal ball. You notice in the latter half of the first half here, it's been mostly Cal's ball. They've been smart with the ball placement. They've been smart with retaining it. And Slippery Rock, you know what they've been doing? Slipping up.
That was a terrible joke.
I think it was pretty good.
No, not at all. Ball in possession of Slippery Rock right now. California all over that. Goes off to the goalie to stop that ball so we can throw the ball back into play once again. Rolls the ball to number 5 for California. 13 looking like he's trying to defend it. Kicks to the outside, close side of the field, and is booted down the field towards number 21, right off his chest, and right once again back towards the goalie for California. A little bit of mix-up right there. Little pushing and shoving, it looks like. California really feeling that pressure right now. Slippery Rock is really coming for them right now.
Some really fancy footwork from number 6, Logan Arrett there. See, Cal here is just going to have the ball in the midfield, and they're going to try and push that up, and here they are breaking into the backfield of Slip, but nope. Ball's going to get turned over, and Slip's going to send that out, and it looks like AJ Visco's going to catch that right back up. And AJ Visco's just going to pass that straight back into the Cal defense as they're going to try and push that ball up into the backfield of Slip as one of the Slip defenders kicks that little out of bounds. It's going to be number 5, Will Harrigan, and that'll be Cal getting the ball back as Malachi Herndon inbounds that ball. Surprise, surprise. Cal's going to be passing that back to retain the ball placement, but actually going to try a little push here. Looking for the open outlet pass, and he's going to look, and we're going to bit of a push there, but it looks like something went on that I did not see. And it looks like Slip's going to be getting the ball.
Heading into the last 15 minutes of this game. Really good defense on both sides. Some really good shots on goal, actually, by both sides as well. Goalie is really working hard in this game, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, these are two pretty good goalies. Freshman on the side of Cal, AJ Visco, hasn't been able to show off much this season, but in the times he has been in it, he's been very impressive, and I think this is really a showman game for him. I mean, with number 1 on the side of Cal, your normal starting goalie, Peyton out, I mean, a game like this is going to be really important. Slip's going to get that into the backfield of Cal, but they're not going to get anything out of that, and Cal's going to push that up midfield. Cal still pushing on midfield as they're actually going to be able to find an open pass there, and it's going to be a foot race as Slip just punts that ball straight in the air. See what's going to happen here. It's going to be a bit of a head battle, but nothing comes out of that. Cal's actually going to recover there as Slip, ooh, nice little steal there on the side of Slip. They're going to push that up to midfield, but Cal just kicks that right out of bounds. It's been a good defensive matchup. I mean, as we mentioned, offense and defense has been really good, but we have to give a shout out here to both Slip and Cal's defenses. They're playing very smart and using their bodies effectively.
Yeah, for sure. Soccer is definitely a lot more of a defensive game in a slower paced game compared to other sports, but That just makes the goals much more worth it, for sure.
It's not like me, JJ. I want.
Oh,
Oh,
little hit towards the head, goes down.
number
No stop of
13 on the
play.
side of slip.
He is hurt. He is down. There is a time stoppage right now.
It's gonna be Luke Gildea on the side of Slippery there. That was just. You can hear that from the crowd. You can hear that in the booth. That was just a straight smack, and that's rough. Just thoughts and prayers to him, and hoping everything's okay.
Yeah, for sure. Trying to get him up. He's standing up on his own account, which is good. Looks like they're going to try and see what is up with him, how his head is feeling. Probably definitely shaken up from that hit to the head.
As horrible as it sounds, it's going to be a little bit of a rest for everybody else. As thankfully, looks like Luke Gildea is very, very much fine, and looks like he may be coming out of the game for a bit, or is either just standing on the side.
A little communication with the ref to see what is up with him. He looks like he will be taking the longer way around to get back to his bench, as I thought is not happening.
No, he gives the thumbs up. Luke Gildea is actually going to stay in the game here after a hard hit to the head. Got to admire the toughness and the grit here. So action's going to get back underway here. It's number 24 on the side of slip. Sean Spencer, he's going to be inbounding that ball there. He's getting a little bit of a footwork battle as it goes out of bounds. And it looks like Cal is not going to win that foot battle there. It's actually going to go to the Slippery Rock.
Ball just getting ready to get kicked back in to play. Clock still rolling. Almost 12 minutes left in the game.
I think you're
Or
for
the half.
either side here now. You just want to see if you can push and get a bit of a goal in, as you know that injury time out there give you a little bit of rest, and you're just hoping that maybe if you're slip, you can use that injury time out and use that time that you got there, a little bit of rest, and see if you can go for one last push here as we're nearing the end of the first period, half quarter.
Yeah, for sure. On both sides, they really do want to make a good push downfield towards the end of the half, especially if they want to have some momentum moving into the next half.
A little bit too powerful there, and it's just going to sail over everybody and go out of bounds. And AJ Visco, again, is going to be able to get the ball. It's been a great contest here so far. Really impressive on both sides, and I'd say it's been worth the time.
Yeah, for sure. A really even battle, it looks like, coming in here. Although Slippery Rock does have a player with 4 different goals in different games, with California only having 3 goals total this season. It looks like a pretty good matchup as of right now. There hasn't been any points scored. A lot of good defense by the goalies and the players, for sure.
And as you're watching, just remember to follow us on our social medias. That'll be CUTV Sports 1 on Twitter and Instagram. So you can see our beautiful faces after our events.
Best part of our Twitter.
Yeah. I always look forward to seeing the staff pictures. I love seeing JJ smile. It's going to be sad. I'm not going to see that this Saturday.
Nope, going to Colorado. Back home.
JJ's going back home as California is going to be taking on Edinburgh this Saturday at Adamson Stadium. There's going to be a bit of a foot battle, and Slip's actually going to take away with that. Looks like number 19 on the side of Slip, Noel Williamson. The ball's going to go there. Ooh. Nice little contest there, but it looks like the ball's going to be blown dead, and it looks like Slip is going to lose possession of the ball. It's going to go back to Cal. I mean, personally, for me, soccer is one of these sports. I cannot ever imagine myself playing that, because whenever I see those balls come towards a guy's head at like 50 miles per hour, I crap my pants. I could never.
I used to play soccer back in the day when I was like 4 years old. They called me the ball magnet. All the balls did was come towards me. That's why they never put me at goalie. They didn't want the ball coming towards me. I won an award for that, actually. Probably was a participation. It probably was a participation award. But what's different than that in college soccer is there is no participation trophies. That is for sure. They want to win. They have a reason to win. They have to get their record better.
Yeah, make no mistake. Because this is Division 2, that does not mean these people are any less athletes. I mean, I go out on that field, I get absolutely wrecked. AJ? Or JJ? Why do I keep calling you AJ? What's wrong with me?
Because your name is Max, of course.
Yeah, I guess we're just using opposite names today. So you can hear the train in the background going off. Nice little hoot hoot there from them. Love going to bed at 11 p.m. at night and hearing that just stroll on by. Ball's going to go out of bounds from the side of Cal. Slip's going to get to inbound that.
You go to bed at 11? That's crazy. I could never do that.
You go to bed earlier?
No.
What time do you go to bed?
2 o'clock.
2 a.m.
Which is why I'm not an athlete, because if I went to bed at 2 o'clock, I would not be as energetic as this team is as of right now.
Yeah, both sides still showing a lot of energy, even though we're entering the latter half of the first half here. It's pretty impressive. I mean, like I was mentioning, these D2 athletes are still monsters of human beings, and they're still able to keep up here. As number 19 on the side of Slip there, Noel Williamson tries to kick that straight towards the net, but it's going to be stopped on the side of Cal. Cal's going to try and get a little break there, but number 13 is possession of the ball on the side of Slip. You know who that is? Number 13, Luke Gilday. Took that ball straight to the head and just walked it off.
The one thing I do really like about soccer, with a really nice kick downfield to be picked up by the goalie, as I was saying, one thing I really do like about soccer is no matter how much a player may play or how long they may play, there is never a show of being tired out there.
Yeah, no, these athletes always give it their all, and it's something that, as someone who never got to a high level of sport, I can even still admire. You see Cal's going to get the ball there, and they're going to try an offensive break, and it's more of a foot battle there. And actually, it's going to look a little bit risky there. It looks like ball goes out of bounds, and it may be out on the side of Cal. Yeah, going to be Slippery Rock getting possession.
Slippery Rock player on the ground doing a little leg flare in the air while he's just laying on his chest, looking all there. Didn't know where I was going from that. Ball is put into play. Goalie trying to communicate with Slippery Rock, trying to get them in the position they want them to be in.
Just open the ball there, gets out of the corner, because I'm almost peeking my head out the window here in the booth.
Little miss by the header right there. Ball goes out of bounds on California's account.
AC just tried to kick it up towards midfield, just wasn't able to get enough curve on his leg. Slip's going to be able to gain the ball back, and that was a nice little back pass there on the side of Slip. Cal's going to get the ball back, and looks like there was almost a little bit of a trip there in center field.
Booted downfield by California.
Looks like we're going to have another foot race going on here. Looks like Slip almost wins that. No. Looks like Cal's going to be getting possession of the ball. It's times like this where, like I mentioned earlier, you're just hoping you can get that last push in here and you're able to just get a goal in.
Yeah, we're just about to 6 minutes left in this half. Both teams really trying to push it downfield on both sides of the ball to try and get some more momentum built in going into halftime, because momentum's a really big part of about a soccer game for sure.
I mean, momentum's a big part of sports here. As Cal's going to kick that off, and ooh, nice little run-in save there on the side of Slippery Rock. Sam Ali, great little save there.
Making a good push downfield, number 13. California pushing up right behind him, trying to make a really good push. Nice kick out of there.
It's a nice defensive play on the side of Cal that looked like number 15, Cooper Solomon.
Yeah, for sure. Just looking to put some more like I've been saying all game, more momentum back into this for sure. A little bit of time stoppage going through on both sides.
As a star football player in high school, I bet you can definitely test that. When you're going into halftime, you want to get the touchdown right before halftime so you can get that momentum going into the second half, and I think that can definitely be applied here too.
Yeah, for sure. Unlike something like basketball where there's a whole bunch of points scored, soccer, there's rarely points scored in a game. And any team really likes to be the person, any team really wants to be that team that gets that first goal of the game, especially if it's right before halftime. That really puts a statement for the other team.
You see here, Cal's going to get a bit of an offensive push here as they're trapped in the corner, and it's going to be some heavy defense there on the side of Slippery Rock. That looks like number 28, Samuel Hillman. But I may be wrong. My eyes do deceive me.
Looks like the ball to be thrown in by Slippery Rock. A little bit of a substitution possibly coming in right now.
Yeah, it's going to be substitution on the side of Slip. Looks like number 22 on the side of Slip, Jack Smith's going to be coming into the game. Now entering near the end of the first half here, you got 4 minutes left, so you got to think the pressure is going to be on for both sides because, as you mentioned, that first goal can change a lot. See, Kowser's going to get the ball as he throws that in.
Looks like instead of trying to push it down, they're really just trying to run down this clock with the 4 minutes left in the game, a half.
I mean, I'm not against it if you think it's pretty smart if you think about it. Just feel the team out in the first half here, try and keep it scoreless, and when you're going into halftime, you're able to sit down and talk with everybody, and you come in the second half with all your information, you got that feel out, you got those tendencies, and you come into the second half and dominate.
Most definitely. Halftime really a key part of any game to get a little bit of rest between halves and just talk stuff over with your team to try and figure out some things that you guys, that everyone's been seeing, and try and exploit those things on both sides.
All I hope is that coming into the second half here, they stop putting the ball on the side of Slippery Rock's corner.
And the ball goes out on California's corner instead. Does that make you a little bit more happy?
I can see that corner, JJ. Nice little play there on the side of Slippery Rock's number 24, Sean Spencer, jumping out to kick that. The sophomore Londonite kicking the ball. Slippery Rock themselves is a very diverse roster. It's very multicultural, multinational.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of players coming from all around the world just to play soccer, which is, I love to see that, especially on any sport, including our volleyball team has a lot of people from everywhere.
It's just the dream, JJ. It's just the dream. Some of these guys want to play pro, and you got to respect that. The ball is going to be kicked into the defensive box on the side of Cal, and battle's not going to go in the way of Slippery Rock as they're going to get that ball back to midfield and punt it back into the Cal's defensive zone.
Off the head of California. Slippery Rock trying to reach for that ball. Looks like the ball goes out of bounds on
Slippery Rock, yeah, that's going to be Cal's ball. You got the clock winding down here. We're now down to 2 minutes. You got to think of both these sides here. Really got to be feeling the pressure now. Cal's going to push that ball up to center field, and Slip's just going to come back and headbutt that in as Cal's going to kick that back to center field. Things are getting a bit less uncoordinated here as Slippery Rock's going to make a push up on the closest side of the field as number 19 on the side of Slippery Rock, Noel Williamson, gets the ball. Tries to recover that, but Slip's just going to retain the ball here as we're entering with 1:30 left in the half. Slip, they're going to try for almost a bit of a cherry pick there. And nice ball movement on the side of Slippery Rock. Nice pass there on the side of Slip, but looks like there might have been a tackle there. I'm not sure.
Ball is called dead by the ref. Just waiting a moment for that ball to get put back into play once again. And once again, like I said earlier, the clock doesn't stop unless there's an injury on the field. So clock runs down no matter what. There's 1 minute left in the game, of the half. Clock winding down. Not much more time for either team to get anything done. California probably looking to just put this one down on the far side and get out, run into halftime, tied at 0-0.
There's one thing I've learned as a freshman here in college from my History of American Sport class. In football, you're not only fighting the opponent, you're fighting the clock. And this applies to the other version of football. I mean, you can tell these guys have 30 seconds on the clock here, and they're just trying to push to see if they can get a goal and push momentum in their way. So Cal's actually going to get a nice little pass sequence going there, but Slip just overwhelming numbers there on the side of the corner.
It's 15 seconds left in the half. Ball kicked out of bounds, which is probably the last thing that will happen.
9, 8.
Yeah, as the clock winds down here in the first half, it'll be a scoreless game here in Phillipsburg soccer facility. And I gotta say, JJ, very impressive game. Some great offensive plays, some great defensive plays. Really impressed.
Yeah, I am too. Really good plays on both sides of the ball for California and Slippery Rock. We will be back right after halftime. Hope to see you back here in just a couple of minutes.
Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, everybody. We're now entering the second half here of this contest between Slippery Rock and California. It's been a great game so far, JJ, and it's been a nice little 15-minute break for both teams, and all you gotta hope is that they can come back here into the second half with a lot of energy.
Yeah, 15 minutes is a long time, but you know what? That just gives people time to rest. May be a little bit loss of momentum, but you know what? I bet either team can come back and I feel like I can see a goal in the first moment, especially with how first a couple of minutes of this game, because especially how the last half ended, they were getting really pushy on both sides of the ball, getting ball far down on each side of the field.
Now we're looking at the live stats here. Cal ended up with 4 shots and 2 shots on the side of Slip. Cal, on the other hand, had 2 shots on goal, with Slip getting 1, going 50% there. Cal getting 2 corners and 1 corner on the side of Slip. Now for entering here into the PSAC men's soccer standings in the Eastern Conference, Westchester leads at the conference 4-0 and 7-1 overall record. East Stroudsburg behind them, sitting at a 3-4 overall. Millersburg, Lockhaven, and Bloomsburg getting the middle of the pack, and Shippensburg and Shepherd at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. And moving over to the Western, Mercyhurst holding a commanding lead over the Western Conference as they hold a 1-0 conference record, a 7-0-1 record with Slippery Rock, who's playing right here tonight. Holding the second place, Gannon, Seton Hill, both holding the other 2 spots there. As you see, California is going to be sitting near the bottom of the standings, but they've been playing pretty well.
Yeah, for sure. As we get ready for the ball to be put in play by the referee for the game, get ready to get this last 45 minutes for this soccer game.
It's a soccer game, JJ. We need to get excited.
Yeah, for sure. I'll get excited when a team scores. That's the most exciting part of the game.
Really need to bring that energy now, right?
Sure do, Max.
Max?
Yeah, you're back to Max.
Back to Max. Okay, AJ. So this is now Max and AJ on the call, right?
For sure.
It's a mistake, actually. It is actually JJ Robinson and me, Nathan Kurtz, here. Just been messing with each other here as plays coming back underway in the lights here in Phillipsburg's soccer facility as Cal's going to rebound that ball, but it's actually going to end up going to the side of Slippery Rock, and they're going to try and bring that ball back and just hold things in. Retain the ball as the goalkeeper decides that that was not what they wanted to do.
No, they didn't want to keep the ball in play. You know, goalkeeper really decided, hey, let's just kick it out of bounds.
That was Hassam Ali on the side of Slippery Rock as Cal's going to inbound that ball, and they're going to throw that up at the net, see if they can get anything, and that was a nice little head tap there on the side of Slippery Rock. That looked like number 15, Ryan John there.
Ball is still in bounds for both teams. California trying to get it towards the goal over there. It's kicked towards the far side, going out of bounds.
You can tell that was number 3 there, Kobe Norfleet. He looked absolutely defeated. He, you know, in that exact circumstance, can't blame him. He's just throwing the ball across the net, seeing if anyone's there able to get a head tap. And actually, it looks like Slip has 1 man running in on his own. That looks like Arturo Play Hernandez on his own. He's going to kick that, and that looks like it's going to go out of bounds, if I'm correct. I may not be correct, though. I'm usually not.
That's very true. You're never correct.
I'm never correct, JJ.
He was correct on that call, though.
Was correct.
Ball getting ready to be thrown back into play now.
And entering the second half, you're really just hoping that the physicality picks up. And, oh, it looks like there's going to be a bit of a pushy, shovey matchy there.
Like you just said, some physical plays coming into play now.
That's what you really want to hope for coming into the second half. I mean, it was a great contest in the first half, but as you see, mostly just feeling each other out and feel like I'm beating it to death, but oh, look at that. Just going to dive on the ball there.
Yeah, good play, good action, good environment as of right now. There's a lot of people in the stands tonight for the California Vulcans. That's what people like to see at sports games. They like to see when the stands are getting filled up. That's always a good sight.
It's a nice little behind-the-back scorpion kick there on the side of Slippery Rock. That was number 9, Arturo Pla Hernandez. That was a beautiful little kick there, but just goes straight into the hands of AJ Visco as Cal's actually going to get a bit of a break here. It's number 5 move the ball up of center field on the side of California. That is number 5, Adam Wood. Looks like a bit of a kerfuffle. It looks like it's going to be an injury on the side of Slippery Rock. Can't tell who that is. It's actually going to be a yellow card on the side of Cal, and actually that's on the aforementioned number 5, Will Harrigan. Or sorry, number 5, Adam Wood.
Very unfortunate for him being down right now. He's still down. Looks like he's in some pain. Able to get up on his own account. Yep. Looks like he's walking over to get ready to play again. Does not look like
Looked like number 24 on the side of Slippery Rock. That was, I believe, Sean Spencer, if I'm correct. You know, you want that physicality to really go up, but you don't want anything bad happening. And looking at that replay quick, didn't look very nice for him. But as we mentioned earlier, it's a very gritty game, and he just was able to get back up and run it off, as Slippery Rock actually going to get a bit of a break here, but Cal's defense going to stand in the way as Slip's going to try and get a shot off, but it's going to go right out of the way of everybody that was possibly there, and it's going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, for sure. There was some beautifully played soccer tonight here at home for the California Vulcans. You know what's even prettier than the soccer? Look at that sky.
That is true.
Nice pink in the sky. A little bit of cloud action going on over there. Looks like there's about to be a corner kick coming in from Slippery Rock as of right now.
I mean, I can't speak for you coming from the Denver mountains. I mean, that must be beautiful out here, but personally coming from Eastern PA, can't say I've seen a beautiful more skyline, as actually it's going to be a headbutt there on the side of Cal, and nice little retainment there on the side of Slip. As
it looks like it was not a goal. My eyes tricked me there. Looked like it just went and hit the side of the goal instead of into the goal.
Yeah, that looked like the offensive powerhouse, Arturo Plata Hernandez there going for impressive little shot, but doesn't really work. Hits the side of the net, and AJ Vesco's going to get that back and put that back in play.
Like I said during halftime, I was expecting some nice plays from both sides coming and attacking the net, and as you can see just there was a nice attack forming from Slippery Rock.
It's the type of soccer you want to see. You want it to be physical. You want it to be, I don't want to say you want it to be high scoring, because it kind of ruins the work that you have to put into it, and looks like Cal's going to try and put that up into the Slip backfield, but nothing's really going to work for him. Slip's going to recover that. They're actually going to recover that in midfield as they look for a push-up. Actually, it's a nice little play there on the side of California. That was number 3, Kobe Norfleet, picking that ball up.
Yeah, he's
nice
making
side pass
some
there.
moves. He's really pushing it down the field. Unfortunately, it was intercepted by Slippery Rock.
Smart defensive play there. It was a bit of a foot race there for on the side of Cal and Slip, but just a nice little outlet pass to the goalkeeper, and he just kicks it straight out of the way.
Both sides getting a little bit nippy towards the closer to the goal, really trying to get something done. They don't want to end up in a tie because there is no overtime in soccer.
Yeah, unlike our coworker here in CUTV, we do know the overtime rules of soccer. There is no overtime. Just go straight to a tie, and both teams get points. Sorry, John. That was definitely not directed towards you. I lied. It was directed towards him. You get a bit of a foot battle here. Cal's going to recover that ball back in. Like I mentioned, it's getting pretty fast-paced here, and we've only lost about, 6 minutes?
Yeah, we are a little more than 6 minutes into this half. Both teams really putting a lot more speed, I would say, not more effort. There's been effort throughout the entire game. More speed throughout both teams entirely. Just more like, it feels like more like strength coming from each kick. Like they're more angry than anything that they haven't scored yet.
I mean, you got to think about this geographically. I mean, these two schools are pretty close together. They have a long history, pretty long rivalry with each other. So you got to think that some of the upperclassmen between these two teams have battled each other out a bit, and they may have a bit of bad blood.
Yeah, for sure, especially with this being the second divisional game for both teams. They really do want to get a divisional win over one of the teams instead of ending up in a tie.
Even though this is a rivalry matchup, just got to remember that PSSC does promote good sportsmanship, that you never want anything bad happening, you never want any fights, you never want any of that. Trash talk is, of course, acceptable, but you never want people getting injured on purpose. You never want anything like that. You see their Slip's going to try and outlet past that. The other side of the field is they're going to recover that or trying to retain possession.
A little trip up right there.
Yeah, bit of a mishap there on the side of Slip. Nice little foot battle there, and it looks like Cal's actually going to get the upper hand, but no, he's going to accidentally tap it out of bounds, and that'll be a slip ball.
It's getting nice and dark over here at Phillipsburg Complex Soccer Facility. Really nice sunset going on back there. Even better than that, the soccer game right now.
Yeah. You see a nice outlet pass here, and it looks like we're going to get a bit of action here as number 2 on the side of California, Nemea Jackson, is going to try and put that up, but he's not going to find anything out of that. And looks like number 24 on the side of Slippery Rock, Sean Spencer's going to try and put that back for the midfielders, but no one's going to be there. And yeah, as you mentioned, it is absolutely gorgeous outside right now. Coming from Eastern PA, all I can really say is that the mountains cover everything. So now that we're here in beautiful sundown California, watching a beautiful soccer game. Can't be happier.
I'm so not used to hearing that. I'm used to hearing beautiful, colorful Colorado.
It's got to be weird for you coming all this way. And,
Nice save from Slippery Rock's goalie right there. Almost looked like he dropped it, but he was able to get that recovered and punt that away high in the sky. I'd be scared to hit that ball.
I'd be scared to be on the field. Even if I'm down there taking pictures, I'm almost crapping my pants.
Looks like a little stop and play. Clock still rolling, of course, as it does for soccer. Getting ready to kick it back into play is Slippery Rock, looking to make a statement with this field position they have as of right now.
I mean, as we mentioned in the first half, soccer is many alike in the regards of basketball, football, and many of the other sports. As you think about it, from a real tactical standpoint, you're just fighting for land.
Yeah, for sure. You always want to keep it on one side of the field, depending on what team you are. Especially, you want to be on the side where you can score. You don't want to be where you're constantly defending, because that's a lot more stress, and that is almost headed into the goal. Some really good opportunities for Slippery Rock, unable to capitalize on them right now. The goalie is out of the goal, and it looks like it is.
Play is dropped dead. Doesn't seem to be a specific reason there. Can't really tell.
Luckily for California, the ball did end up going into the goal. The game, the ball was called dead right before that had happened, though. So it is still a 0-0 game here tonight.
Yeah, that must have been real scary. I mean, what? That was almost 3 scoring opportunities there, and especially near the end, there was almost a completely wide open net as AJ Visco. Very impressive tonight. I mean, honestly, the freshman has very much impressed. I mean, I can't say much as a freshman myself, but he's been impressing me.
Yeah, for sure. If you're Slippery Rock, I feel like you'd be pretty frustrated with all the scoring opportunities. You just weren't able to get it done. Fortunately, you did get it done, just didn't count.
Yeah, and that was a trip on the side of California. That was number 6, Logan Arrett. You can tell he was just trying to steal the ball away. Accidentally extends his legs out and trip him. It happens. It's a soccer play. Things happen.
If I trip you outside of this booth, does it count as a soccer play?
I don't want to say I want to find out, but we'll find out. Sadly for everyone on the broadcast, you will not be able to see that, but if you follow us on our social medias at CUTV Sports, you will maybe hear if I'm in the hospital.
Ball getting ready to kick back into play by Slippery Rock. California ready to defend a little bit more here. Nice head out of there. Kicked right over his own head. Behind him. Back onto the
We're
side.
getting a foot race coming in here. It's going to be number 10 on the side of California. Colin Wojtovich. He's going to almost get a nice scoring chance there, but it looked like some hands might have gone places. A little too physical. And Slip accidentally kicks that ball out of bounds. That was a nice break there.
That was, especially just coming from midfield, how slow it was going at that rate. To just make a nice break downfield to the corner towards Slippery Rock's goal.
Sorry, I had a bit of a yawn there. It is getting relatively late here at Phillipsburg as ball thrown in towards the offensive box there on the side of Cal. They're going to bounce that back and see if they can retain it. So they're unable to, as Slippery Rock's going to be able to get a bit of a foothold on there and get the ball back. Nice little head tap, but it's going to go out of bounds. It was number 2 on the side of California, and Amaya Jackson accidentally taps that out of bounds.
Ball getting ready to be thrown in by number 3 for Slippery Rock. That is Nathan Cortana. I don't think I said that name correctly.
It's okay, JJ. For your folks at home, we're both freshmen, so try not to murder us online. We're both learning. As Cal's accidentally going to kick that out of bounds. Again, that was number 2, Nemea Jackson, kicking that out. That was 2 plays in a row. It's been some impressive soccer here tonight, JJ.
Yeah, it sure has. It's exciting, especially with the amount of people we have in the stands. Like I said earlier, people still were coming in right as halftime was ending. People nice and enthusiastic tonight for the Cal U Vulcans and or the Shepherd Rock.
Shepherd Rock.
Slippery Rock.
Slippery Rock.
Wrong team. My apologies.
Well, speaking of Shepherd, sad little loss there on the side of California last Saturday. California loses in overtime to the Shepherd Rams, but this Saturday they'll be coming. California Vulcans will be returning home at versus Edinburgh. You can catch that game on CUTV Sports 1 here on YouTube, and you can follow us on all your social medias to keep up with everything.
And he is talking about the football team, not the soccer team.
Well, football schmuckball. You went to Europe, they'd kill me over that.
ball in possession of California as of right now. Looks like Slippery Rock is trying to get that ball back. Ball goes into possession and booted out of there by the goalie. Good effort by California on that account. Ball is headed by California, and again trying to make a rush towards the goal. A little bit of calm action in the middle of the field. Stopping, trying to catch California off guard every once in a while, which is a good strategy by Slippery Rock.
There's one thing I do have to say. This has really been a battle of goalies. I mean, coming into this game, Hassam Ali on the side of Slippery Rock had put up some very impressive stats and some impressive numbers, but freshman here, AJ Visco, played very impressively, and he may be turning some heads in the coaching team. As you see, number 2 there on the side of California, Nemea Jackson gets that punt outfield. He puts a nice little tap pass to number 3 on the side of Cal. That's Kobe Norfleet. You see, Nemea Jackson gets the ball back, and he's just going to throw that back and see if they can find an open little outlet there. So you see, Cal's going to retain possession in the side of Slippery Rock's field. They're going to push that back to midfield. And again, it looks like they're going to try and retain possession, but number 9, Arturo is going to see if he can catch that ball. There was Arturo Pla Hernandez. Very impressive stats from him so far this season. Leading Slippery Rock in goals with 4 of them. More than Cal combined.
That is true. California has only had 3 total goals combined as a team. As you said, Slippery Rock is a player with 4 goals. Just him on his own.
You know, as we mentioned, it's not always a high-scoring game in soccer, but you think when we're starting to move more into the midseason, that scoring's going to start to pick up. And hopefully, now that we're in the second half here, teams have figured each other out for the most part. You're going to get some more scoring on this end. And see here, we're going to get a foot race going here on the side of Slippery Rock's field, and actually a nice little defensive play on the side of Slip, but they're going to kick that ball out of bounds.
Nice little play that just happened. Nice and fancy footwork going on both sides. Out of bounds, thrown in by California now.
I think saying fancy footwork now at this point is a little bit redundant because, I mean, all this is fancy footwork. I could never see myself doing this. See, Cal's going to be able to retain the ball here on the side of Slip's field, and as soon as I say that, they're going to lose it, and it's going to go back to Slippery Rock as they're going to get a bit of a break going on here, as that'll be it looks like number 6 on the side of Slippery Rock going in on his own.
It goes out of bounds right next to the goal. Luckily for California, the ball was just a little faster than Slippery Rock's player and went out of bounds.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty impressive defense there on the side of Cal. I mean, you got to say, so far the story of the game has to be the amazing goalkeeping and the amazing defense, but looking back at this replay, I could see here on the side, it's just amazing defense on the side of Cal. Looks like number 2, Nemea Jackson, who just was able to put his body right in front of there, and AJ Visco taking up the net. See here, we're going to get set as Slippery Rock's going to get the ball back in for a corner kick, and this could be a bit risky, even though we're still in the relatively earlier part of the second half. Still don't want them to get a goal and try and take a chokehold on the second half. This ball's going to go up near the net, but it's going to be a little bit out. And actually, it looks like almost California is going to get almost a bit of a break going on here. Some fancy footwork here on the side of Cal. Up to center field, but it's accidentally tapped out of bounds. Number 15 on the side of Slippery Rock, Ryan John. Trying a bit of flair in his name. That's what you got to do sometimes.
Some flair.
Yeah. Never hate on somebody for having too much flair.
No, not at all.
See a little bit of a head bounce there. So, ooh, nice little turnaround pass straight into somebody's head.
Looks like something I'd see in a movie. Just like a nice little kick up, and there is someone for California down. Looks like some head-to-head contact there. Safe to sit up, it looks like. Little dazed, possibly.
As we mentioned, you want that physicality in the game, but you just don't want anything like that happening. It's a bit risky, and obviously it doesn't look like it was intentional. Just looked like a soccer play, and things happen, and you're just hoping that he shakes it off and we get some good soccer here in the second half here at Phillipsburg.
For sure, there's already been one injury during this game towards Slippery Rock. California doesn't want one to happen. Neither teams want them to happen to either team as well. Some really nice play right there. Unfortunately, both players missed that header right there, and Slippery Rock is getting ready to throw this ball back into play.
Bit of a score update for women's soccer for California. They dropped their game at Seton Hill, lost 1-2, and we're going to pick things back up as the ball actually goes out of bounds. So California will be getting possession of that ball, and it looks like AJ Visco will be getting that. See, AJ now has the ball, and he's going to put that on the ground. And a nice little tap to his defender there. See if they can move the ball up. See if they can find anything here in this second half in beautiful sundown California, Pennsylvania. But as soon as I say that, Slip's actually going to get the ball back. And they're going to play around with it a little bit, see if they can find an open lane. As they do, that's number 8 on the side of Slippery Rock, Alex Plimmer, as he looks for something but does not find it. And the ball's going to be out of bounds.
That was a really good play right there by Slippery Rock, trying to get the ball towards the corner, into the corner, and then try and kick it downfield, more towards the midfield, towards the goal, and try and have a teammate come and kick that in. Unfortunately, that just didn't work there. Really close, but not able to execute that correctly.
I gotta stop going to my Tuesday night class, History of American Sport. I've brought up too many tactical parts about sports. Go to that class way too much. As you see, AJ Visco is gonna punt that ball right back into play, and we'll be back underway as we get into a bit of a hand battle. Ooh, a little bonk off the side. Number 11 on the side of California, it's Brady Olson, the freshman out of Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania.
It's a nice little breeze that just blew into the booth right now. Hot in the booth, but pretty nice outside. Beautiful weather, especially for soccer. You don't want to be too hot, too cold.
I mean, yeah, there was a bit of threat from rain. Our producer, Gary Smith, and one of our directors, Tom Kane, they were both talking about the weather earlier, and it was looking like it might have rained a thunderstorm, but so far now we've had beautiful clear skies. Sun started to go down here, and the lights are down, and gotta say it's a beautiful night for some athletics here in California.
Most definitely. I cannot disagree with you at all on that one.
Yeah, you can find a way.
I could, yeah.
You could, but you're not going to. Silver Rock's actually going to get the ball back there, and they're going to kick it straight to the midfield of California, but they're actually going to let up there as they're going to let Slip take the ball back, and Slip's just going to play with it around, see if they can find an open pass. And they're going to kick it up the side of the field looking for a foot race here. And number 8 on the side of Slippery Rock looks for the battle, and that was number 14, Malachi Flynn there, or Malachi Herndon, excuse me, with an amazing defensive play there to kick that ball just straight out. You see here, action picks back up, but ball's going to go out of bounds from what it looks like on the side of Slippery Rock, and that'll be AJ Visco getting the ball once again.
Yeah, you can see people, the players were going really back and forth with that one. There was a lot of competition towards the far corner of the field on the side of California. That's really what you do like to see in a soccer game. You like to see a lot more faster play for sure. And then, like I said earlier today, that you don't want to have all that fast play right at the start, because if you have that play right at the start, you won't have any play later.
I mean, yeah, it creates for a really exciting environment as AJ Visco, will bump off the side of the Slippery Rock midfielder there. Cal's actually going to get that ball back in retention, and they're going to try and push it out midfield, but a little mishap with the ball there. Looks like he's a little bit pushed out of bounds. That's Nathan Cortina accidentally kicking the ball out of bounds. The Slip's going to be able to inbound that again, and actually Cal's going to slip that ball away from Slippery Rock. See what I did there? Nice wordplay. Stop it. I'm trying. That's number 2 on this side of California, Nemea Jackson. They got a bit of a stink bug in front of me blocking me. Getting the anxiety up. I'm afraid of bugs, JJ.
Oh.
I don't like bugs.
I'm afraid of birds.
Afraid of birds?
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
What's the scariest bird to you?
Pigeon.
Pigeon?
Yeah.
You know, actually, I'm not going to disagree with you. Pigeons, honestly, can be very threatening and scary. It's going to be number 17 on the side of California, just kicking that ball straight back. That was Josh Panaro, back to AJ Visco. And it looks like Cal is just going to play with the ball here, see if they can start anything, see if they can look for an open pass as it's pass up to midfield. Ooh, nice, impressive headbat there.
Ball beating through everyone, unfortunately. Slippery Rock is able to boot that towards midfield. California gets ahead right there. Heading back towards Slippery Rock's goal. Really trying to make something happen there. Whistle by the ref.
Can't tell what that whistle was for. Looks like Cal is going to be retaining the ball, though. Yep, Cal will be retaining the ball, and it will pick back up from center field.
Ball getting ready to be kicked back into play. Clock still running with 23 minutes and 14 seconds left in the game. Hopefully either one of the teams can get a score, because neither team wants to go out with a tie. It's not good for either of them. Also, neither team wants to come out with a lose. So I'd be a lot more happy with a tie than a loss.
Yeah, I wouldn't want a loss, and As we mentioned, no overtime. Looks like there's going to be a whistle, and I can't tell what that was for. Couldn't see the hand signals there for the ref, but it looks like Slip's going to be getting the ball. And can't tell if it's going to be side kick or penalty kick. Looks like it's going to be from the side. Or am I wrong? There's a very good chance I'm wrong.
Yeah. Don't know much about soccer rules and penalties throughout all of that and whatnot. Play was stopped though by the ref. Ref saw something he didn't like. Looks like the ball is very close to the goal.
We're gonna see a penalty kick here in not sunny anymore. In the moonlit California, Pennsylvania. Got to get excited here. Let's see if we can get everybody on their feet, but no, looks like everyone's gonna be sitting down. It's gonna be number 24 on the side of Slippery Rock, Sean Spencer. He's gonna be taking that kick. See what we can get here. Ball goes up, and that's in. That's number 24, Sean Spencer. He's going to get the penalty kick goal, and you've been seeing these two teams battle it out, and it's got to be heartbreaking on the side of California after that.
Some really interesting poses going on by number 24 for Slippery Rock, getting the very first points of this contest, which is an amazing feeling, especially when you do it yourself. Nice one-on-one kick he had there with the goalie, able to get the goal in there. Nice top corner little fit right there. Very happy for himself.
The beautiful little pose he made after the goal, and that was number 24, Sean Spencer, on the penalty kick. I mean, that was beautifully placed, and AJ Visco's been great this game, but just not able to get it. And if you're Cal now, that's got to be heartbreaking. I mean, you've fought so hard this entire game, pushing that ball upfield, playing physically, and just trying to learn everything as the ball goes out of bounds, and that's gone.
Hits the house behind.
Hits the house.
That's a very high-placed ball. I did not expect that to happen. Yeah, totally different ball game happening right now, especially with Slippery Rock scoring the first goal of the game in the second half. Second half, actually. There is only about 22 minutes and 19 seconds left in the game. California really wanting to make up for that goal and tie the game up, and if not, try and take the lead at some point during the rest of this game.
You got to think there's some mixed emotions now. I mean, there's got to be a bit of a sunken heart. As it looks like almost a broken play there on the side of Slip. Cal's actually going to retain that ball. A bit of a fight there for the side of Cal. They're going to bring that up to center field on the side of Slippery Rock, and they're just going to play with it and retain the ball. But as I was mentioning, it's got to be a bit of mixed feelings. I mean, that sort of goal specifically can really be a heartbreaker because you've pushed so much, and then just a penalty kick, you don't even get a chance to defend that. You just got to pray for your goalie to stop it in. So on the side of Cal, you just got to be either angered, and looks like almost a trip there on the side. Look like Slippery Rock's going to get a trip, and Cal will retain the ball.
With that penalty kick, if I was AJ Vasco, once again, he is the freshman of the team. The goalie, he was the backup goalie, actually. There's got to be a whole bunch of pressure on him, knowing that he is the only one that is the last line of defense before that goal had happened.
Actually, it looks like we may have an injury on the long side of the field behind the play, and I can't exactly see who that is all the way out there. It looks like we're going to get a stoppage on the clock. Looks like he's on his feet, and of course, as we mentioned, we never want any of these sort of injuries to happen. We always want clean, good, enjoyable soccer here. And looks like he is back up on his feet. Just hope everything's okay.
It looked like it was number... Can't tell yet. 24, I believe it was, for Slippery Rock. He seemed like he was fine, but then he did go down.
24 on the side of Slippery Rock. That was your goal scorer, Sean Spencer.
Was down for a little bit, up on his own account as of right now.
There's a big play coming up here for Cal. I mean, especially now that you're entering the second half. I mean, you're lucky enough that goal was scored in the earlier stages of the second half, because you're now going to get time to be able to match this up, and that's all you can hope for. And if you're Cal, you really got to hope that this kick specifically, you're going to be able to get something out of it. It's got to be a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, for sure. Can't disagree with that anymore unless you want me to try to.
Go ahead.
I am A-okay because I do not disagree with you. Just waiting on the signal from the ref to get this ball back into play. Just waiting a couple more seconds. Looks like he's just directing the number 24 that went down not too long ago. Looks like play is back in. As of right now, ball is kicked back into play as well. ball
Ooh.
very close to going for a goal right there for California. Opportunity they needed. Unfortunately, was not able to capitalize on that.
You can just hear the crowd on that one. Just, yeah, heart sunk in. Actually, it looks like Cal. Looks like they're going to get another shot at this. They're going to be kicking in from the corner. And not many chances you could say, there's not many times you could say you can get a second chance in a position like this, but Cal, they're going to be able to get in. All you can hope for is that they're going to be able to get something here. As the ball looks like it's a little overkicked and it's going to go towards out of bounds. See if he can win the foot race. No, it will not be, and Cal will lose that ball. Nice little battle there on this side of Slippery Rock, but nothing's going to work for Cal, and it's going to go back to Slippery Rock possession.
Yeah, you can really hear the people that are just around in general within the arena getting really excited with some big plays like that. Unfortunately, unable to capitalize. They do die down after that, but there was a good push by Slippery Rock, getting downfield, getting surrounded, able to get that out of there to another teammate of his, stopping it, slowing it down a little bit, kicking it back to number 3 for Slippery Rock, kicking it to the goalie.
Ooh.
An effort by California to try and beat the balls to the goalie. Unfortunately, lost a little bit of contact on the header there. Slippery Rock is the one in control. California trying to disrupt that a little bit, getting kicked towards the far side of the field. Some really good thinking by both sides of the ball, trying to figure stuff out. Looks like California has them outnumbered on the far side towards the California goal. California able to get that out of there. Little slide there. Try and tackle and get the ball out of there. It looks like it unfortunately didn't work for the tackle. Got the ball out of there, and there is a blocked
beautiful
goal.
Save there on the side of California. That was AJ Visco. Diving effort there as the ball is going to cross the net line, see if anyone could get there. And AJ Visco, again, this freshman's killing it, especially for the scenario that he's in right now. He is absolutely lifting up to that pressure. I mean, he gives up that one goal in the penalty kick. You can't absolutely kill him for that, but I mean, he's really been turning my head.
Yeah, for sure. He's been very impressive up to this point. Although there was that one penalty kick scored on him, he has not let that diminish his effort in any way throughout this entire contest. As of right now, that was really two really good saves that he had there not too long ago. And the ball is up in the 28 almost gets stepped on with that ball in the air once again. The ball is floating in out of bounds back to the stands once again. He wanted the
I thought I was gonna get a souvenir.
Nate really wants that souvenir.
I really do. I mean, I'm working real hard here as Fan tries to throw it back to the ball boy, and he's just not able to get that. Commentating the wrong part of the game, am I?
No, there's nothing happening right now until that whistle is blown. Number 2 for California getting ready to throw the ball back in play. A little bit of defense right there by stop of play.
Ball's going to go back to Slip. I mean, number 2 on the side of California, Nemea Jackson's been all over the field. I mean, he's kicked the ball out, but overall he's been everywhere. He's made some defensive stops. He's made some nice little footwork plays. He's done everything, and we're very impressed with him. As you're really hoping that AJ Visco can really push momentum, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes some sense. Just want to get that momentum built back up again, and push that momentum towards Slippery Rock. Try and catch him off guard and unprepared.
I mean, yeah, you're hoping with, especially with some of those saves that he just made, that he can really do some. Oh my God, I'm getting tongue-tied now, JJ. First it was you in the first half, and now me.
What goes around comes around.
I guess so, and it looks like a tough injury there on the side of Slip. Don't know what happened, and going to get a bit of a stoppage in play here. As it looks like Sean Spencer again who went down, but he's able to get back up. I can't tell if he was injured. He was just really mad at himself. It's been a really close game here so far, and it's been very impressive from both sides. I mean, it's as I mentioned near the beginning of the game, even though California does not have a winning record, they've put up some very close scores, and especially after a heartbreaking loss against Mercyhurst, absolutely getting killed by their offenses. AJ Visco making a nice save there. As mentioned, you're really hoping that some of these saves can push some of the momentum.
Most definitely. These saves really coming in clutch for California. There's been a lot of scoring opportunities that Slippery Rock has had, but now looks like a scoring opportunity for California. It is up and barely out of bounds, missing the goal to the left just a little bit. but there will be a Slippery Rock teammate out there to throw the ball back in bounds. Slippery. Oh, it looks like actually a corner kick for California coming in right now.
And again, it's the same thing as I mentioned earlier. You're just hoping that you can get something out of this. Is absolutely not. You just go straight into the chest of one of the Slippery Rock defenders. As he absolutely boots that straight into center field, and California will be getting that ball back. And some impressive back and forth here going into the second half. I mean, it was a scoreless game coming into the second half, but it was still some impressive play. And even now, you're getting some very impressive plays. The ball's going to be punted up and straight into the arms of the goaltender for Slippery Rock. That's Asam Ali. I mean, the score may say otherwise, but both goaltenders very impressive tonight. Both really pushing momentum, and changing how this game really works is Cal's going to get that ball back. A little bit of fancy footwork there on the side of California. That was Adam Wood as he pushes the ball over to a midfielder on the side of California. Breaks off a defender, and he's going to... sorry, JJ motions me to turn on the lights, as that looks like Malachi Herndon now on the side of California, number 14, as he gets the ball, pushing it back.
Some really good plays by both sides. Really good pressure being put on the goalies over here. As we did say, the goalie for California, AJ Visco, really good at keeping composure throughout this game with all the attempted scores on him and giving up that one penalty kick. Both those, there's not really much you can do but hope you know where the ball's going. And a lot of the time you really don't know, especially on a penalty kick. But besides that, he's been pretty on par for a very good game.
Looks like we're going to have another injury stoppage in play here. And again, from what I can tell, it looks like Sean Spencer, just not his night. I mean, he gets the goal, but it's just another time he's been down, and just sucks. You never want to see this stuff happen. I mean, you're just looking for a physical, fun game, but sometimes when a guy goes down like that, I mean, not sometimes. I mean, whenever you see a guy like that go down, it just drops your heart. Never want to see that.
100%, and he is still down right now. Doesn't look like he really has the effort to move, and there he comes up. He sits up a little bit. It looks like they're going to have to... Looks like he's opting to stay in the game right now, walking slowly. He's able to get up on his own account. Looks like stretching out a little bit, getting some water, and he says, "Put me back in." He is able to keep playing. He does not want to go out of this game, especially with that nice goal he had earlier.
I mean, yeah, you got that motivation boost now. You got the momentum going in your way. I mean, why wouldn't you want to go back in the game?
Exactly, for sure, especially when you're 14 minutes away as of right now from winning. Don't quote me on that. There is still a lot of game to be played.
Just gonna write that down real quick. I don't have a pen. JJ has my pen.
I do have your pen.
So I can't write that down. Oh no, JJ nicely lends me that pen, and I'm going to write down exactly what he just said.
Yeah, don't quote me on it though.
Oh, okay, never mind. Don't quote. So it looks like Cal will begin the ball back here as throw over the head towards
very powerful throw at that. You saw the effort he put into that, running up and throwing that. And it looks like the ball goes out of bounds.
Cal's going to retain that, though, so they're going to get another shot. Once again, Malachi Herndon throwing the ball in. It was an impressive throw the first time, and you're hoping that maybe you can replicate that.
You can see he's walking back to get that nice run up. He wants to get that as far down the field as possible.
Oh,
right there, a
here's
nice opportunity for
on
California to score. Oh,
beautiful shot. Goaltender is just out of place, and Cal almost capitalized on it. And we're still here in the Slippery Rock backfield as Slip's going to get the ball back, and play is going to be blown dead. What's the call going to be here? Can't tell what the call is going to be, but it looks like Cal's going to be losing the ball, and it's going to be heading back to Slippery Rock. I mean, whew, that was heart racing there. That was a real moment. I mean,
for sure, the goalie did just ended up trying to defend the ball coming overhead after the throw in, but California saw a very good opportunity to score with the goalie being off balance, not able to be in the goal at the time that happened. Really just tried to put a statement in saying if you're going to move, we're going to score. And unfortunately, they didn't score.
I mean, that's heart's still a bit racing there. I mean, as you mentioned, he tried to block that throw going in, and just did not work for him. And that must have been scary if you're the coach on the side of Slippery Rock. I mean, you're looking at that, and you're... Whew.
Especially with your goalie out of the goal. Even if your goalie wasn't out the goal, they're still very close to the goal. California is still very close to the goal at that point. I'd be terrified if I was the goalie leaving the goal just wide open for anyone to score during.
And play still stopped here. From what I could tell, it looks like player was tying his shoe.
How does that make sure the shoes are tied?
I can
Double or
read
single knot your shoes?
For me?
Yeah.
Single.
Double. Gotta double the knot 'em.
Well, I'm just lazy. I don't like doubling because if there's anything my parents have figured out about me, my parents know that I'm extremely lazy when it comes to that.
It's 2 extra seconds.
It's 2 extra seconds of my life. You got to remember, JJ, the most valuable resource isn't money. It's time, because you can never get that back. So Cal's going to get the ball here and up in midfield. Nice little scorpion kick on the side of Cal. And we're actually going to get a little bit of a break here. Cal going to get a scoring chance. The California defense,
And
but no.
he ends up tripping right before he is able to kick. You can hear the anger in the home crowd. They are not very happy that there was nothing called on that play. Looked like he could have been tripped there on the way towards the goal. Unfortunately, nothing was called there, and the ball is ended up out of bounds and up and over the fence. It looks like there. Once again.
I'm with him. That was an amazing scoring chance there. as certain fan was not very happy with that call and had a bit of words for the referees, but I gotta say that was an amazing foot race there, and Cal wins it. But as I mentioned earlier, you can get away with a lot of stuff if the refs don't see it.
That's very true. People in the stands may see it, ref may not see it, but you know, the fans aren't reffing. So, ball thrown back in by California. Looking like Slippery Rock is able to get that back to them. There's no one down the field where they kicked it to. California able to get their goalie to pick up the ball and roll that ball back into play.
Beautiful little bowling move there from AJ Visco, just throwing it, rolling it over to the side of California's defense, and looks like the ball is going to accidentally hit one of the Cal forwards there, and Slippery Rock's going to retain possession of the ball. And we're 12 minutes into the second half here. It's a 1-0 lead for Slippery Rock. That's not discrediting California's offense or defense. It's been a very impressive outing from them. Very impressive, and it's honestly amazing that this game hasn't been tied yet.
For sure. There's that last time for sure where it could have been tied. Unfortunately, it wasn't for California. Slippery Rock very thankful that the ref did not see the little trip action that happened there.
Cal's actually going to win that little foot battle there, and we're getting another foot race here.
Calling for the ball, number 3 downfield, able to score. It's too far down the field. Ball went too fast, giving Slippery Rock time to regroup.
We're going to get a pass into the center field now. The center fielder's going to try and get a kick in. And oh, that's going to be a goal on the side of California. Or that might have been out of bounds,
that was actually out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
It looked like it was a goal from my point of view as well. Everyone in the stands getting very excited for that kick.
I was ready to jump up out of my seat and cheer, but ball just goes out of bounds. I was playing tricks on me. It's as I mentioned earlier.
There is a little less than 11 and a half minutes left in the game. Whistle's being blown, getting ready for this ball to get back into play. Some substitutions, it looks like, coming in for Slippery Rock.
It's been a heart-bouncing game. My heart's still racing. Whew. Some amazing plays from both sides here, and credit to both goalies, credit to both offenses, both defensives. Was not expecting much coming into this game, but it's really impressed. As you see here, number 9 on the side of Slippery Rock's going to bounce that and goes to one of the California forwards, and it does not go for them and goes out of bounds, but Slippery Rock's going to get possession of that ball. See here, ball goes up and inbounds, goes to the luck of California as number 15 there on the side of California is going to pass that over. That number 15 on the side of California is, if I can find it on my roster here, Cooper Solomon. See here, California's just going to play around with the ball here. As much as they do want to score right now and try and even things up, they still have 10 minutes and they don't want to waste their energy. I mean, from my point of view, it just looks like they're trying to tire out Slip. You can see here now we're getting another offensive rush here on the side of Cal. Tries the shot, but it does not work. And that'll be, that's Hassam Ali going for the save again. All night he's been making some pretty good saves, and same on AJ Visco. I mean, I've been the point to death, but both these goalkeepers have been doing some amazing work.
Yeah, for sure. And look at that kick. Wow.
Sign that guy to my fantasy team. Please. I don't play fantasy, so if he's available, I'll take him.
Don't think that's how fantasy works.
So the ball's going to be inbounded here again, and it looks like accidentally going off the foot of Malachi Herndon, and that ball's going to be out of bounds.
Waiting for the ball to get thrown back into play by Slippery Rock. Ball going downfield, a little bit of contact. Guy for Slippery Rock goes down, gets up on his own account. Looks like no issues, no stoppage of play with less than 10 minutes left on the clock. California really trying to get something together. Little bit of contact there. A couple players go down for each team. Looks like no real injuries, luckily, there. California on their push. Going downfield, really trying to get something done. Number 3 is the only person down there to get the ball. Unfortunately, it was, once again, kicked a little too far in front of him. Player goes down. Fans, once again, not very happy by that call. I wouldn't be either if I was able to react as I would.
I mean, from my point of view, that actually didn't look like it was dirty. It actually did look clean. It looks like the California offender there just tried to push the ball with his foot and ended up throwing his body out accidentally.
Number 3 for California, they're really trying to plead his case. During the play, a little bit of weird contact going there. That looks like they slid down each other somehow when they jumped up. Very strange there. Little bit of, whoa. Able to get on his feet. Unfortunately, was not able to keep the ball. Slippery Rock really trying to keep balance, it looked like, just even there. Ball ends up going out of bounds by Slippery Rock's account, and there is a player for Slippery Rock down. Once again, that is not ever something you want to see, especially in the late stages of the game.
Well, it's not, JJ, and especially when you're holding a lead now, you don't want anybody in. For the most part, this is the starting players they have for Slippery Rock, and especially if it's a bad injury, that could spells horribly for the rest of their season.
Yeah, that's never a good thing you ever want to see.
And Slippery Rock's now standing second in their division with a 3-2-1 record, and if they get a win here tonight, that could push them closer towards Mercyhurst, who's absolutely dominating. That'll put them at the top of the division, actually, if I remember correctly. Yes, I do. Look at that, JJ. I got something right.
Damn, that's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy that I did something right.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I see how it is. Okay, JJ throwing a bit of disrespect as we get back to the game. That's going to be California. Ooh, nice little fancy play there. And it's going to go back to the goalkeeper, AJ Visco, and he's going to look towards the other side of the backfield. See if they can push the ball up again. See if we can get a score here. We're 8 minutes left here in the second half. California down by 1, and you're really hoping they can find something here to try and score a goal and push that momentum back to a 50-50 or maybe even higher. You see here, Cal back in the defensive zone, going to push that ball up, and we're going to start throwing that up, and the ball is going to be kicked straight up, and that's going to be number 3 on the side of California, waiting for the ball, but it's not going to work. He's just going to try and rush it, and ball's going to be left for number 2 on the side of California. That's Nehemiah Jackson. Pronounce that name, right? Yeah, Nehemiah Jackson. Pronounced that name a bit wrong earlier. Apologies to the audience for that. See, Cal here's going to retain the ball, and we're going to go back on the offensive side here for Cal, and we're going to see if they could set something up. They're going to try to throw something in front of the net, and oh! Oh, hits the crossbar. Oh, that's got to be heartbreaking. Slippery Rock kicking that out of bounds. And again, Cal gets an amazing scoring opportunity and just unlucky. It's just all game with this.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Once again, California and the fans getting excited, just waiting for that ball to go up and into the net. Unfortunately, it does bounce off the crossbar. I feel like it has some really great aim to hit the crossbar, though. It's a very thin pull.
I can't tell if it's the Red Bull or I can't tell if it's just this amazing action here in California, Pennsylvania, but my heart is absolutely running as ball's going to go out of bounds on the side of Slip, and Cal's going to get it back as JJ gives me a little look there. What was that for?
You and your Red Bull.
So Cal's going to hold that ball in the corner. They're going to look for something. There's some fancy footwork there on the side of California. That's Kobe Norfleet. It looks like the ball is going to head out of bounds again, and from what I can tell, it looks like we're going to get another corner kick, or no, we're going to be heading this from the, oh, I cannot tell.
Very close to out of bounds, and they are throwing it in from out of bounds, it looks like.
Yeah, they're going to throw it in from the corner.
Who needs a kick when you have your arms?
As thankful as I am that we've moved out of the right side of the field's corner, I got to say, now we're in the left side of the field's corner as the ball goes in front of the net, but nothing's able to get there as it's Nehemiah Jackson recovering the ball. They're holding it, and
fans, once again, not happy with any calls that have been called tonight.
I can tell there are definitely some fans here in the crowd who are ready to jump out of their seat, not for a good reason. Tell some parents here, the players, some locals, some of the students here. Not everybody's too excited with some of the stuff that's been happening tonight, but honestly, for me, JJ, this has been an amazing game. It's been extremely close, great play, some absolutely great moments. I know our producer, Gary Smith's going to have a great time cutting the highlights tonight, 'cause there's definitely a lot here. There's a nice little pun there on the side of California, but it's going to tap out of bounds, and that'll be Slip's ball.
That was an impressive little kick. He did like a little karate move, like jump kick that and hit that ball.
I mean, they were playing Kung Fu Fighting at halftime. Maybe he was inspired. See there? Ooh, nice little kick there on the side of California. That was number 17, Josh Panero, and can't tell what happened there, but it looks like it's going to be Slip's ball.
Ball about to be thrown in by Slippery Rock. It is thrown in.
I mean, if you look at the clock, JJ, we got almost 4:30 left, and this is when things really start to get nervous. I mean, I mentioned earlier around the 10-minute mark that they still had time to score. As looks like Malachi Herndon's going to take that ball out of bounds, but it's going to be called in the favor of Cal. But
right as he went down, coach for California, very much not happy about the call. That was nothing. That nothing was called during that time that he was going down.
You know, it's soccer play. Things happen. But as I mentioned around the 10-minute mark, you know, Cal had that time to see if they could pick up and tie, and we're starting to enter very risky territories. We now enter towards near 4 minutes here left on the clock, and if you're Cal, you're going to start feeling that pressure heavily. I mean, if you're Slip, I mean, you really want this win, because this will put them at the top of their conference as they stand at now 1-0 in their conference, as Mercyhurst is also 1-0. So with the victory here, Slippery Rock can stand at the top of the conference as looks like a whistle's going to be called. And fans again, not very happy, are they, JJ?
No, they are not. You can hear the fans thanks to the most amazing microphone we have here in the studio. Actually, my own personal microphone has my name on it.
It is. Honestly, it is JJ's microphone. It has a little piece of ticker tape on there that says JJ's mic.
Yeah, best mic brought to you by California Vulcans.
Well, it has a dent in it from softball. As ball's going to go into the backfield of California, but Slip's going to lose possession, and Cal's going to regain that as AJ Visco has the ball. He's going to try and see if he can get some good positioning as we're now entering toward the 3-minute mark and
toying with the defense a little bit, doing some fake run-ups, but gets it off to California, tripping the team.
Looked like a bit of a push there on the side of Slip, and Cal's going to get that ball back in, especially now we're hitting the 250 mark. I know I'm more or less counting down, but I mean, you got to feel that pressure for Cal. I mean, you're down by a goal. You've created some amazing scoring opportunities. I mean, you got to be feeling this pressure.
Most definitely. You can even see Slippery Rock's team even on the sideline standing up because of how much energy and how excited they are of how close they are to winning this game, although it is a one-point game like we did say earlier. Soccer is a very low-scoring game. There's a lot of times soccer doesn't have any score at that point. California able to get the ball and start moving it downfield a lot more, kicking it to past a player. Looks like the goalie is just going to let that roll back behind him. California player putting some pressure onto it, picks up the ball, toying with him once again. There is about 2 minutes left on the clock for both of these teams to get something gone. Punting that ball
again
in the air. California getting possession of that. Some fancy like maneuvering there between two players for California. Moving down just a little bit, little fall. Coach for California not happy once again.
You can tell fans here are definitely not enjoying some of the calls here tonight. But again, just a reminder, the PSSE does promote good sportsmanship from everybody here in the stadium, from everyone here in the booth. We're all hoping that everyone has a good time and keeps things nice and clean.
California getting ready to throw the ball back into play. It's number 5 by California. A little bit of a foot race.
Looks like Slip's going to push that ball up here on the far left side of the corner and see if they can do anything. I mean, personally, if I'm Slippery Rock, I would just try and retain the ball and see if you can run out that clock, as we're now entering a minute here.
1 minute left. 1 minute.
Dangerous territory on the side of California. The clock's now running down, and you really got to hope that you can at least get a goal here and see if you can tie it.
100% agree with you on that. I'm not even going to try and disagree with you because I don't feel like it.
You just have not felt like disagreeing all night, have you?
No, I'm a very non-hostile person. That's why.
He's not. JJ's a very amazing person. We all love JJ here on CUTV.
Something called by the ref.
See, the fans here are
yelling
not
for
happy.
the clock to be. People yelling for the clock to be stopped. Clock still running. 25 seconds left on the clock. Nothing happening. The coach is waiting for something to happen. There
Ball
is
goes up. A little bit of a headbutt there, and we're going to get a second chance here on the side of Cal, and they're going to try and throw the ball up, and nothing's going to happen. Ball's going to go out of bounds. We're going to have 12 seconds here. Absolutely sprinting to the ball. California only has 8 seconds here. Got 7 seconds here left. California's going to have to try a last-second play. We're going to see if we can get a miracle here in Phillipsburg. The ball's going to go over, and we're going to see if we can get a headbutt there, but nothing's going to happen. And California, heartbreaking loss after an amazing game versus Slippery Rock. California will drop this game as Slippery Rock takes the 1-0 win, getting shut out. I mean, JJ, this was absolutely amazing play from both sides. You got to give credit to both of these teams.
100% true. Both teams put a whole bunch of effort out on the field. Tonight, the score ended up being Slippery Rock 1, California Vulcans 0. Slippery Rock taking the win in this one, moving them to first, I believe, in their conference.
Yeah, Slippery Rock's now going to take first in their conference, moving to a record of 4-2-1, and California again dropping another game. So California will move down to 1-4-1, and heartbreaking on the side of California. They had amazing chances here tonight. They had some amazing shots on goal and some amazing saves. And honestly, if I had to name a player of the game on the side of California, it has to be AJ Visco, coming in as a freshman after an injury. The normal starting goaltender for California, Peyton Smith, coming into the game, it was pretty impressive for him. So thank you all for watching tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to follow us on all our channels. This has been CUTV Sports. This has been Nate Kurtz and JJ Robinson. Thank you for watching.
You guys have a good rest of your night.